Hello, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another Duelist video. In this video, Yuto is looking at me and he's like, dude, why did you turn the music off? The music is not on. And I'm just like, dude, I didn't know that I was able to. I didn't know I played so much, but okay. I'm joking around. That's right. And then, what? Oh my god. Oh my god. I know this has nothing to do with what I just said, but it's still hilarious. Okay, that's right. And then I'll finish you, then destroy everything. I will spare nothing. All will rot and crumble. Oh, I see Fusion is in here. He would not appreciate me saying that about him because, you know, it goes around throughout the entire sub version saying what his name actually is. And yeah, I cannot. He's just called Fusion to me, to be honest. I don't register the slight variant. It's very slight, which is why it's sort of a gag. But because of how slight it is, I'm not Japanese and I do not know Japanese. I am not fluent. So the subtle difference between his name and the Japanese word for fusion is I don't comprehend. I think I've got the same issue regardless of language, even in English, but I mean, still, just explaining that. Destruction, mass destruction. Dude, you should need to chill. Battle time. Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Annihilate, clear wing, single dragon. Stop it! It's like you forgot what dueling is all about. You're not supposed to hurt each other. Okay, sure. Not everyone agrees with that mindset, but I mean, to be honest, if that's true in this world at least, it's not supposed to be hurting people. Although I think even people in this world get hurt if they lose enough. And they have... listen, people they are universally terrible in every universe, regardless of timeline. And I'm pretty sure that dueling can be used to make people miserable in this world too. I'm not going to reject that is a possibility. You know, one year I learned that there is such thing as card game trauma in real life. Yeah, sort of similar. No, I think that the way around it was making a card game that wasn't competitive. And what is Yu-Gi-Oh? A competitive card game. A duel makes people smile. It's supposed to make them happy. Okay, yeah, well, that's not usually how I duel, to be honest. I did try to be entertaining, but I don't know. Sometimes I think I fail. Because it entertains them, and that's why they feel good. Okay, Yuya, I'm the perfect antagonist for Arc 5. I would probably later convert into the into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Smiling cult. But I think I would start out as an antagonist if I was in this world. Though, to be honest, I don't generally find myself entertained by a bunch of minors. Sometimes that's not true, but, you know, yeah, sometimes it's not true. Guys, ignore what I just said. You told me your people duel for the simple joy of it all. Don't you remember that? Yes, he said that. That was before everything that happened. You know, You know exactly what he didn't tell you? What do you mean? He didn't tell you what happened? I don't know what I've been thinking. This isn't me. I don't want to hurt people. I end my turn. Yuto! It's my turn. Okay, Fusion. What are you doing? This has to stop. Clear Wing, attack! Spin Storm, Sky Strike. Well, apparently Fusion doesn't feel the same way Yuto does. Stop! Yuya! I think this is about the time that, unfortunately... Oh, God. Oh man, this is... Oh, God, no. No! I remember. Oh, God. It was painful, guys. It was painful. I was just like, but he'll be back, right? And then every episode progressed onward. And I kept asking, he'll be back, right? And I was wrong. I was so very wrong. And it was painful. Always remember, use your power to keep the world entertained and smiling. You know, a normal protagonist would probably be a little traumatized by this. This is someone dying, Yuya. What is going on? Okay, you know what? I don't know where I was going with that, but Yuya is pretty much about this. I think he's one of the most normal protagonists out there. Okay, that's I can't agree with that mindset. I'm sorry. He just doesn't. He's not normal to me. I will for you. You know what? Guys, listen. This is shipping fuel. Seriously, this is some interesting content right here. No. Come back. Afterwards, by some miracle, Yuya and I became one. No. Oh my God. That was painful. I'm kind of exaggerating, but I still think it was painful. It was a very difficult moment when the last episode happened, and I was just like, this series, I'm just like, why did it have to go downhill? Why? And I do think there were some good episodes, even when the series was going downhill. Like, I thought Yuya's duel against Reiji in the last episode was pretty good. But let's make a baby smile. That's good, right? What? What? Seriously? They're going to make that the plot. Okay, fine. That sounds like a pretty dumb decision, but fine. Alright, I can turn the music back on. I just haven't yet. I mean, I have been talking non-stop, so even with music, there is that. I'm gonna have to turn the music back on. I'm sorry, guys. I was having a moment. I was in pain. Emotional pain, to be more specific. Because it was painful to watch that. It was painful just to remember it. But you know what? I am good at remembering tough shit. The tough shit, I can handle it. I'll be fine. At least we're hoping I'll be fine. Okay, Silvio, you're next. I don't really expect you to win, but if you do, good for you. I'm not expecting much, to be honest. And now, I do have to actually duel in order for it to register with the album. So, I cannot just decide I'm getting all the content. No, if I want the album to be filled up, I have to just duel. Yeah. I'm not repeating this content, you guys have already heard it. I'm just dueling him as Silvio because I haven't done that yet. I'll have to... okay. Okay, listen, Silvio. I know you're in a weird universe, but listen. Twins exist everywhere, okay? They're a thing, alright? This is not as freaky as you may think. Although twins are rare, probably. Actually, there are... Come to think of it, I saw a few others. What are these few? Seriously, I'm counting Yuto, Fusion, Yuri. What are these? Where's the third one? You're saying a few others. Who's the other one? Silvio, are you answering me? And no, you can't hear me, obviously. Okay. Well, not that I care. Okay, whatever, shut up. Shut up, Silvio, seriously. You know, when I was watching Arc 5, I actually didn't like Silvio. I do sort of like him better now, but that's after character development. And not actually in this series, but character development on my end. Because, yeah. When I start liking a character after a while, I know that it's character development on my end. Like, do you really think these characters are doing anything new? And no, they aren't changing anything. They didn't do anything new, from my opinion, to change. I just changed. I've changed a lot since Arc 5 aired. I've also changed a lot since Vrains aired. And I'm going to change a lot by the time Sevens has finished airing. And probably by the time Go Rush is done. Yeah. I've got a lot of changing to do, in case anyone hasn't noticed. So I forgot that I gave Silvio a Lightsworn deck. So it is quite possible he'll win. And now, when I saw that they're going to make Yuto easier, I was just like, wait a minute, did I already discuss this? I think I did already discuss this. But was it verbally, or was it just on Discord? I can't remember. Okay, well, he'll be easier for people. I'm not sure what that means exactly, because I think the real problem is his Exceed monster. Are they really going to fix that? I somehow doubt it. I don't really see them doing it. Alright, well, is it in the album now? I don't really care, but I just want to make sure that I know what I'm doing. When I say I'm going to do it, okay, Silvio is right here. And this one is where Yuto is unlocked. I need to know something. How do I unlock? How do I unlock him? You know, there are too many U names in this franchise. Yes, and it's going to continue. I'm just like, I'd rather they drop the U name trend, and people are like, but that's how it works. The franchise works like that. It's how they keep the connection to the original. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I still have an opinion. Yeah, I still have an opinion. So, when are they going to run out of male names for protagonists that start with you? And to be honest, they could just make some up. Which Yusaka made up? I don't know. I don't know which names were made up and which ones weren't. Like I just said that I'm not fluent in Japanese. I don't know the answer. I'll level up Silvio after I'm done with Gong. I just decided that on the spot. I think Silvio has a proper deck. I'm not sure about Reiji because I was lazy with him. And I made some changes to Gong's deck before I started leveling him up. Yeah, these changes were made before I started leveling Gong up. Just so it would be a bit less terrible. I might need to edit it again. You know, for obvious reasons and because I know why I lose sometimes. And now, obviously, sometimes I lose legitimately. But I know that these 30 card decks aren't necessarily going to help either. Does it stop me from making them? No, it does not. Okay. Well, just to be completely honest, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, I swear. Alright, so I mainly logged on to do some grinding and also just in case to cover that cutscene. Okay, well he's going to get his ass kicked, I swear. That deck though is kind of annoying. It's going to get worse. Yeah, spoiler, it's going to get worse. You know, I saw a picture of everyone making use of this experience boosting event, and I'm just sitting over here like, dude, I only have one character maxed out at the cap. And of the other ones, I only have one at level 40. And I've mostly only maxed out characters in Zexa World and Arc 5 World. And that's it. That's it. Wait. Actually, I've got Dark Side of Dimensions Kaiba maxed out at his cap. But, I mean, to be fair, why wouldn't I do that? I was focusing on a deck that was kicking my ass a lot. Though to be fair, that's probably what you expect from Kaiba's deck. And nostalgia in general. And because for some reason, DM sells more than everything else. Thanks. I really wish that wasn't true. Okay, well, I did do some dueling today. I did do some. Although I don't know if that's going to be today at the moment this video has been uploaded and made public. Or if I will actually have videos out today on the day of upload where I have indeed dueled. Okay, great. Okay. I just think it's funny that Yuto is going to become easier. And now I do remember being a new player, and actually I don't really know what's going on. Like, what's hard about him exactly? I'm not a very good duelist. Well, I'm better than I used to be, but I thought most players would have a much easier time beating him. So, are we dealing with new players having trouble, or what? Because when I was new, I guess there's something about his Xyz monster that's too tough. And to be fair, I did lose to that, so, if that's the problem, I do approve of them doing something about it. Just, how are they doing it? How are they going to? I do not know. I mean, if it's the Xyz monster, they can just they can just modify the text or something. Like, they make changes to cards all the time. Okay. Well, anyway, I know that Yuto has kicked my ass a few times. And then I just started on a long stream of wins against him. It's possible that if I went to go duel him now, I'd lose. But, you know, that's kind of the case with everyone. And because of the way I've got my deck set up, sometimes I brick. Though sometimes I brick with every deck that... I can brick with decks that are normal, to be fair. Though I wouldn't play a normal deck. Seriously, I wouldn't play a normal deck. The closest to normal I'll ever get is Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician, Neos, cards like that. That's the closest I'll get. And those decks all have effect monsters in them now. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, you definitely can win if you do it like that. Oh. A duel is what keeps the world smiling. That's what Lulu taught me. Yeah, I'm saying Lulu now instead of Rory. She's right. I want a duel to put a smile on everyone's faces. Not just for today, but forever. Okay, I'm gonna have a hard time with forever. But that's why I want you to fight alongside me. A Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. I think I just unlocked Yuto. This is great! Let's create a future free of sadness and pain. I don't think that's realistic, Yuto. I don't know why you think that's possible, but okay. And man, that sounds dark. Dude, I had to learn a lot of dark shit before I was Yuto's age. Yuto was Yuya as well, but I mean, seriously. I did not have an easy childhood. I did not. I had a tough one. In some ways, it was traumatizing. In others, well, it just wasn't normal. The problems I had to deal with as a child, well, I didn't deal with them very well, but it sure as hell did not help that, you know, I didn't have a lot of guidance when it came to my problems, and because, you know, I didn't even know how to talk about them. And of course I didn't know how to talk about them. I was young. So young I didn't know how to talk about those things. And then the internet corrupted me and I knew how to talk about them. Yeah, the internet corrupted me. I knew how to talk about the things I'd been through. At least I'm assuming it's the internet that did this. I can't explain it any other way. Though if you ask me, the internet corrupted people in large numbers, not just me. Not just me. But I was corrupted basically just by being told that I experienced this. I experienced something and that's basically why I was corrupted. And when I say corrupted, I just mean knowing something that I shouldn't have known at my age. But I mean, I experienced shit that I shouldn't have at at my age at that time. I've experienced things that no one should have to experience. I've experienced some dark shit. I've also experienced some strange shit. And some people don't believe what I go through, and I'm just like, okay. This used to offend me, and sometimes it still does, but I mean, if I don't have any proof, how the hell are you supposed to believe me? Well, I do have to say this, that my experiences that are weird are usually subjective. There really isn't a lot of evidence for most of it. Now, some of it can be seen. Some of it. But I would say that's limited because most of the weird shit I experience it's mostly subjective. You don't get to see it. And that's very hard to study. You can't study subjective experiences. If you could, I think I would be terrified, and I would probably, I would not consent to being studied. I'm curious, but not that curious. No. Get your mind out of my head. I don't trust physical people inside of there. And now there are people I do trust in my head, but there's a reason for that. A reason that I don't have to explain right now. Okay, well that's it for now. I can continue grinding, but I don't have to do this to the point where it's too much. Okay, well, that's it, guys. That's it. I will come back soon, but I've reached the time gate again, so I'll see you when the time gate has gone away. I'm not really sure I should come back anytime before that, but at least for now I've got Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel to make content for. Yeah, so I will hopefully have videos uploaded for that soon. I have no idea when, but I'll sort some things out. So yeah, I know I can be a bit repetitive sometimes, but it's just how I talk right now. I hope that changes, but if it never does, at the very least, I do my best. That's all I can do.